It's so good to see everybody. So I'm going to I know that we're so excited. We have lots of friends that did the sea turtle session, and we're just ready to start learning all about drawing woodland style. And I think I need to have some relaxation, so I'm going to draw along with you. So over to you, Josh. It's great to see you.
Yep, good to see you. My name's Joshua Steckley. I'm a woodland artist. I come from Wasauksing First Nation in Ontario. So I'm currently, living in Vancouver now. I started making woodland art about 7 years ago, and I wanted to work in woodland art to just help rebuild my culture, get myself more interested in my culture, and also inspire other Indigenous youth to do that as well. And basically, our culture has a lot of traditional stories, and we use these stories and illustrate them to sort of retell these stories through different means of communication. So I'll just sort of share some photos here to just give you an idea of what woodland artwork looks like. So here's a turtle. This will be similar to what we're drawing. So you see in the woodland art style, it has that heavy black outline, and then the animals are sort of two-dimensional in shape, and then you got these bright colors and pattern work within the black outlines there. And it's sort of broken down into smaller shapes within the animals. And then there's like illustrations and patterns and colors within those. And we go through. So it's very simple, pretty easy to do. Looks really great. So I've been doing this for a while, and I really enjoy it. And I've been pretty successful with my artwork selling it and being a woodland artist.
Those are beautiful, Josh. Just beautiful, those drawings.
Thank you. So I'll show you the one. So this is the one I drew out that we'll be drawing today. And then we could, once we're done drawing it, we'll go in the colors on our own. And I sort of left it blank so we can I'll show you how I color it, and then you can color it in your own sort of way, because that's part of the fun in drawing in the styles, coming up with your own creations.
Now, Josh, I'm not sure if you know, but a lot of these kids watched a whole session today on turtles. So there are some turtle experts in the session today.
Oh, right on. I don't know too much about turtles myself. The only thing I really know is they have these I'm not sure what they're called, but these little shells on their back, and there's 13 of the bigger ones. And in my culture, it said those 13, shells are made to represent the moons, the 13 moons of the year. And then on the outer side, there's about 30 of the smaller ones going around, and those represent the days. And so we'll get started with drawing this turtle. I'll switch to my document camera here. Let's see.
So as we have in the other sessions, boys and girls and mums, dads, grandmas, grandpas, and aunties, and uncles, if Josh is going a little bit too fast, just could you let us know, because he's going to be focusing on the art, and we'll let him know if he needs to slow down. But I know he's always got great stories to tell us while we're waiting for others to catch up. So we'll just feel free to let us know to slow down a little bit if we need to.
Okay. So we'll basically just start out by drawing the shell of the turtle. And this is fairly easy to draw, so we'll just, I guess, draw sort of an oval shape. And we'll sort of start out by lightly sketching that. And try to be as light as possible, so that if you make any mistakes, you can go back and erase it and it won't leave any smudge marks. So we'll just start by doing like really.
Josh, your paper is landscape, right?
Yeah, I have it landscape. Yeah, you can do it either way if you like. So yeah, try to draw as big as you can on the paper, so it's easier to color in later. Yeah, when I'm drawing in the shape, I'm doing like really small strokes to get better line work, and then once I have that shape drawn out, I'll go back over it with more smoother, darker lines to get those shapes just more clear. So just go around and draw this oval shape here, and if it's not perfect, we just go and use our eraser and erase parts that we don't like. Here, it's not as curved as I'd like it. Same with down at this bottom corner. So we'll just round those out a little bit more. Yeah, just use the eraser to clean up any of the lines you don't need. And then go back in and draw on those lines. So right now I'm using like this pencil is a 3B. So that means it's a little bit like darker, and I'm using this pencil just so you could see it on camera easier. When I'm normally drawing, I use a harder pencil, a 2H, like an HB pencil. So the lines will be a lot lighter, and when I erase them, they won't smudge as much. You can see, like here, there's some smudge marks, and that's just because I'm using this 3B pencil, and that just means the lead is just a little softer, so that you could get those darker lines. So there's the basic shape. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And then we can, once we're done this, we could start building the rest of the body. We'll add in the head and the 4 legs and his tail. So, yeah, I'll start out with the legs. We'll do that by sort of adding these rectangles, rounded rectangle shapes, sort of on the corners of these turtle shell. So I sort of just draw a simple shape here and then attach it to the body. A couple more lines, and then we can erase this line that we don't need right here. Well, that's one of his arms, and get going, fill in the little spikes, claws. So just like little spikes on the end of his hand here, just like that. And then we'll do that for the remaining 3 arms, legs, just going around 4 corners of his body. Throwing in the eraser line that we don't need. Okay. Back legs will be down here. Same thing. This turtle here, basically, I just based it off a painted turtle. But for like sea turtles and other animals, like their front arms are a lot longer, and they sort of come out, and they're more like fins. And they still have the smaller back ones. See, I think I have a drawing of a leatherback here. I could show you. Yeah, I did this leatherback turtle a while ago. So yeah, you can see the bigger fins in the front, and smaller fins in the back. They don't really have claws on them, so not really needed to draw.
Yeah, Ivory said that's beautiful. Keely says that's beautiful. Wow, from Ivory. Keely says it brings tears to the eyes.
That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah. All right. We have turtle with 4 legs. Now let's do there. Go in and add the head. Have the head sort of covered up.
Can we maybe let people get caught up, or can we just do a check to see if we're all ready to go on to the next one?
Yep, for sure.
Okay. How are you guys doing? Do we need a little bit more time? Not yet. Yeah, they said not yet.
Okay, so let's just go in and clean up some lines here.
Yep, for those that are waiting, you can just do what Josh is doing, clean up your lines or.
Trying to get the drawing here. If you want to use it as reference in the chart for the vid as well. Matt. I don't know what page.
This is the perfect way to end the day.
Oh, we lost your screen for some reason, Josh. Josh.
Here it comes.
There we go.
I can see what this page is.
Oh, that's good. That's helpful.
If anyone wants to know how to get rid of the icons in the middle of your screen, you hold down the Control key, the Shift key, and press the letter Q, and that will make those icons disappear for you. Control and Shift and the letter Q. I'll put that in the chat.
All right. Is everyone caught up now? Yeah, no. I'll wait a little bit longer.
I think you're getting there, Josh.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll move on to the head now. It's pretty much the same thing. You'll see that the head is sort of an oval shape. A couple, I guess, sort of sharper edges around the neck. We could start out with the basic shape. It's kind of like an oval, and then sort of erase the lines that we don't need once that's filled in. Let's just sort of just start out with an oval, and then attach his neck. That, and then sort of straighten this line out here, a little curved, and then straighten the head. Erase this part. Comes down a little bit. Speak. Yeah, we won't need this line, so we can erase that as well. Just fill in this. Little peak. This. Something like that. Not perfect. It's okay. I'll just erase this one. Yeah, that's I guess this technique is I used when I first started drawing, just to sort of get that basic shape of what we're trying to draw, and then add in the other parts of it as well. Right now, once you get more experience, I sort of just draw it in without doing that. Since yeah, I guess I've had a little more practice, and it's just easier for me to just be able to see that shape and draw it, the lines in it, without needing that basic shape as reference underneath. But it's a good way to learn how to sort of draw these animals, because all this really is like basic shapes, creating more complex shapes. And if you can see the basic shapes within each part of the animal, it's a lot easier to sort of understand how to draw it. Go in and draw the eye, sort of a little rounded rectangle, and then a smaller one within that. Mine's a little off from the reference here, but completely fine. And then it's got a little dot for his nose. And this one a little darker.
Josh, a lot of the kids are saying it's really fun. They're really enjoying drawing the turtle.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I think I love this one.
Yeah, this one's fairly easy to draw. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, it's a lot of circles, a lot of like oval shapes, which is kind of really fun to do. So yeah, I'll start once I have like lines in place where I want them. Like I'll go over them a little bit darker with my pencil again, and then just do like longer strokes so the lines will clean. Go around and do all that.
Ivory says it's super relaxing, and I totally agree with her.
Yeah, it's really a meditative process.
And how old were you, Josh, when you started to draw?
I've been drawing pretty much my whole life. I was always one of those kids who sort of drew like on pretty much every sort of worksheet I got in school. Like if we're doing like a test or anything, like there'd be doodles all along the side of the test. So it's just something sort of I do naturally when I get bored. And yeah, I never really thought I'd make a living out of it. I didn't start sort of like it was always just a hobby. And I didn't really start taking it seriously until my 20s. And then, yeah, I've been sort of like working full-time job and sort of trying to make a living off artwork on the side. And then, yeah, recently I've been able to sort of start doing it full-time. It's been really nice. Yeah, it takes time, but if you want to do it, like you can. There's lots of different opportunities out there for artists. Like what I'd recommend is what's been really helpful for me is going to school for graphic design because it just opens up just a whole lot more like opportunities to use your artistic talents. Like yeah, I've done like right now I'm working on a couple of children's books, and like I've worked with Google. I did a Google Doodle, and like I'm doing designing. I've designed like a couple like artist catalogs for when I've had like group art shows, and yeah, there's just so much you could do with it, and yeah, there's lots of opportunity out there if you want to be an artist. It can be pretty difficult at the start, but yeah, if you put your effort into it, you can find a living doing it for sure. Sorry.
Like to do it as just a hobby and as who said it's helping them relax and helping them think. And Gibbler said this is better than all the other drawings on Connected North, and Gibbler knows because he's been on all of them.
That's cool.
And Gibbler, we are having Josh back at least 2 more times. One day he's going to do a whale, and I forget what we did we decided the other one, Josh, but we're going to have Josh back a lot because I agree it's a good way to think and sometimes just use another part of your brain. There's different parts of your brain that work at different times, and this is using another part of your brain.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I kind of went in and drew the tail without even thinking as I was talking. But it's basically just a little curved shape here. I drew mine in the opposite direction as this one.
And the other guys I hope that you remember to do is when you finished your drawings, if you could send them to us. I know Katie has shown us how to submit them on the Connected North at Home website. We'd love for you to share them because last week when we sent ones to Josh, I know he was pretty happy, weren't you, Josh?
Yeah, I love them. Yeah, I love always seeing work that you create. It helps me because, like, I find students, or at least can be pretty creative and just come up with ideas like I would never even think of. And yeah, it's just like that youthful mind. It just has full of creativity, and it's wonderful to see. Um, yeah, I'll just wait a bit and let everyone catch up. It's everyone's
We've
here.
got lots of time. We've got another 40 or 35 minutes, lots of time.
Okay. Yeah, mine's a little stretched out. Older turtle. This guy. Cool.
Maybe while you're drawing the turtles, Josh, could you, and the students are so engaged in doing their own, can you tell us, do you know the story of why Canada is called Turtle Island?
Yeah, I think that originates from like the Algonquin sort of tribes, because yeah, within our creation story, I know yeah, the Earth was, or the recreation story, I should say, the Earth was made on the back of a turtle, and sort of like other tribes or nations across Canada have adopted that as well. So yeah, basically the story is there's a bunch of different versions. The one I know is with Nana Bojo, and so anyways, the world is flooded, and he sort of has to try to recreate the world, and this whole story of him trying to reach the bottom of the water so he could get some mud from the bottom, so he can use that to recreate the new world, but he can't reach the bottom. So he asks all these other animals to try and do it, and none of them can. And then finally, this little muskrat comes up, and he asks if he could try and do it. And so Bush, he's just like, "Yeah, of course you can try. Just be careful." And so this muskrat, he goes all the way down to the bottom of the ocean, and he's actually able to get a piece of mud and bring it back up to Nana Bush. Um, and so Nana Bush uses that piece of mud and sort of uses his magic. Nana Bush is sort of a magical, um, considered like a demigod, spiritual person sent down for the creator. So he uses his powers with this piece of mud, to recreate the new world on the back of this turtle. So that's why people say the world is on the back of a turtle. I'm not the best at telling these old stories. There's a lot more to them, but that's basically the gist of it. There's other ones with Sky Woman falls down from the sky. She was on the moon. And creates the earth on the back of the turtle. I believe that's the creation story, and then yeah, the recreation story is after the flood, and it's to recreate this new earth. And yeah, there's plenty of different versions of them too, because just our stories were passed down orally, and there's been so many ways you can interpret it, and yeah, so many different like nations who share these stories and tell them in their own way, and they go back to their own nation. So you have a lot of different versions of the same story, but they have so the same morals and same just like the core meaning of the story remains So I'm going to draw the back of the turtle. So basically start out by drawing just another circle or oval within this circle we've got down here. Just say about like 5 centimeters inside it. Slightly draw it in. Trying to keep the same with all the way around. Have it. And then, yeah, as I was saying before, the back of a turtle has 13 these other shells, or plates, I guess they'd call them, plates on the back of the shell. So there's 3 in the center, so I start out by drawing these 3, and they have sort of this, I guess these are called hexagon shapes, but sort of stretched out. So 6-sided shapes. So I'll start out with the one in the middle, right in the middle. So draw the 2 lines perpendicular to each other on the top and bottom. Best I can. That looks pretty center. A little bit, I guess. A little there. And just draw the sides here. Triangle. So here's the first shape, directly in the middle. There's one on top and one on bottom. So just triangle here. Perpendicular to this one. Sides. Same thing on the bottom. Have it. So if we draw a line from each of these points here to the edge of this side or this circle here, it'll give us 13 plates in total on its back. Just go straight up. Yeah. Work my way all the way around. And yeah, I just try to make them as even as possible between 2 lines, just to get the right angle. You see on these two parts are a little bit bigger. Just gonna I drew the turtle a little bit longer. That's really fun. Perfect. Yeah, if I was trying to make this ground really good, I would probably go and erase this on probably 3 a little bit bigger. So these ones are so yeah, they're all a bit more evenly spaced.
Josh, Jane would like to know how to write turtle in Ojibwe, Cree, or Anishinaabe. Which?
Yeah, I don't. I got my dictionary here. I can look it up. Forget the word. See.
Kerrigan, do you know what the word is, or does your mom? Last week we learned that ego was Magisi, sorry. Magisi.
I should know this because my auntie's name is Turtle Woman. Her native name is Turtle Woman. Turtle. So it says here it's a Micmac. So that's the Curved Lake translation. There's also Muscadu. A mud turtle would be Wasauksing. Snapping turtle would be Mangeshig. So turtle clan is Mangeshig. So yeah, I'll just write the true translations here. So split turtle, Nick, not.
There you go, guys.
So this is the Curved Lake translation from my dictionary here. So I think that's Eastern Ojibwe. And then there's one from Woodland, and that's most little. I'm gonna check the online dictionary as well. Let's see what that says. So,
Oh, Jane wondered because learning Ojibwe.
Yep. So yeah, on the online dictionary here it says Micmac is snapping turtle, and Nisquatasi is a painted turtle. So I can knock. Yeah, it's hard to get like a good translation without a teacher. Just yeah, lots of different dialects. So Miss Squad. Squad SC. So this would be a painted turtle, according to the online here. And the Mi'kmaq would be a snapping turtle. Or Michigan. That's another word for snap. Okay. Yeah, I'll continue on to the next step here. All right. So we can also we'll draw it in the circles here first. So just go in and draw these rectangles in. All the way around body. I think there's supposed to be about 30 of them. If you want to take your time and count them out, but I'm just going to go and draw in as quickly as I can. Move on to the next steps. Anyway, this is art, and it doesn't have to be exactly perfect in real life. It's the fun in art. Yeah, these rounded rectangles all the way through this other circle. Turn it back. Like that. So yeah, step 2 will be adding in like this emphasizing line. So yeah, we got this line here. I'll draw in the second line, just inside of it, all the way around, something like that. This technique is called the double line technique. You use I use it just because it's easier to sort of fill in when we're moving on to the next step, which will be filling in the black with a marker. So basically, just like with the marker, we'll be coloring in between the two lines and just staying in these two lines. And for me, it's just easier to do, so you could get like a more cleaner drawing when it's finished, and you'll have a better idea of what it looks like at this stage of the drawing. Instead, if you just draw over the one single line with a black marker, you won't really have a good idea of how it's going to look when it's finished. But if you do the double line technique, you'll have a better idea of what it looks like. And yeah, that's basically why I use it. It's just my personal preference. You don't really have to. There's lots of ways to draw. So yeah, I'll just go around and do that for every single shape. And it's good to add some line variance as well to just the weight. That just gives the illustration a little bit more character. So yeah, you'll see it's a little bit like messy as well in between the two lines, but that's completely fine since we'll be covering over that with a black marker. So yeah, I'll just go and do that around every single shape. And that'll give us the that sort of heavy black outline. It's characteristic of the woodland art style. Yeah, basically we're just drawing a second line in the line that we already drawn there. Just like that. And I'm doing that every single shape. And this head as well. For the head, I usually like to keep it a little bit thinner. The mouth and stuff. But there's a little bit more detail in the face. Yeah, hopefully everyone's on track. There's a couple of comments I'm reading to make you confused. So yeah, I'll just try to explain it a little bit more. So I'm drawing these second lines within the lines we already have drawn here. So when we move on to the next stage, we'll do the black marker. We'll just be drawing in between these two lines. So that's the reason for the second line here. So the marker will just be drawing.
And what can they use if they don't have a Sharpie, Josh?
If you don't have a Sharpie, you can just use your pencil and color that in as well, just like that. Or like a black pencil crayon also works. Yeah, you use like a ballpoint pen. Use ballpoint pen as well. If anything darker, if you want it to be more permanent, yeah, anything that's ink. Yeah. So yeah, let's go and do that with all the plates on a shell. And since we'll be drawing the line on each side of like this line here, I try to just keep them closer in so they're not as like heavy. So you can sort of see it's sort of adding that heavier sort of line weight, so it'll have that characteristic heavy outline of the woodland art style. Yeah, there you have it. That's the second step. Once this is all done, you could use a black Sharpie marker or pencil, and then just fill in between all these two lines. And, I'll just give everyone a few more minutes to catch up.
And Josh, while you're doing that, can you please put your Instagram and your Facebook and your website on the paper too, please?
Yep.
Kids will want to follow you.
So my Instagram is just my initials, JMPS. And yeah, 4 times afterwards. So that's, yeah, that symbol. So this is, yeah, where I post most of my artwork, just on Instagram. And then I have a website, just www.joshua, Mangeshig, MangeShig.com. So those are just my 2 first names. Yeah, these are just my initials. Joshua Mangeshig Steckley, fun names. And I don't have a Facebook. I don't really like using Facebook. It's pretty much just use these 2 social media. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I will just go in and start using my black marker. I'll fill in all the lines here. So yeah, the reason why we draw it in pencil first is so that we can make it look like the way that we want it. And if it doesn't, we can always erase it and then fix it. So we use it pencil first because you can erase and fix. And then once it's looking exactly the way we want it, we can move on to the marker. So we can erase marker. It's more permanent. So just be extra careful to just draw in between the lines, make them look as clean as possible. Yeah, when I'm drawing with a marker, a good way to get a clean line is sort of just pick 2 points, like where you want to start and where you want to end, and then start on the first point, and then sort of keep your eyes on the second point, and then just drag one smooth stroke from the first part to second, so you get that sort of clean line, and then just go in and fix the details afterwards. And yeah, try not to make them too long or too short. So keep it at a pretty distance. So yeah, I don't have to use my wrist too much. So yeah, you see with these Sharpies on this paper, they're going to bleed quite a bit. So you can't really see in the camera, but yeah, like since this ink, I'm not sure what ink it is, but it's just not the best ink. So on this paper, it'll sort of bleed and it won't create a clean line. So if you want to be professional artiste about it, there's more expensive markers you could get. These are India ink. So when you use these ones, you get like a really, really clean line because that ink won't bleed. And yeah, these come in like a bunch of different sizes for the nibs. So this one's like a really fine point, 0.5, but you could get them even thinner. You could get them even thinner than this, and this fine nib will help with like filling in these smaller details here. So these are what I use professionally. These are good for just for fun. You can still get clean lines with the Sharpies, but it's just not as clean as India ink.
Josh, I know we've only got a couple of minutes left, and the students can continue doing that part on their own. Would you add color to this, or as an artist, would you leave it as a black and white?
Yeah, I'd definitely add some color to it. Go ahead and add some pattern work to its hand here. So basically how I do patterns is I usually just start out with the woodland style. There's usually a color that outlines the shape. So I'll do that for most of them. So I'll just go in and hug that black line with the color.
And are those special markers as well? Like, are they waterproof?
No, these are pretty cheap markers. I usually don't color with markers. I just bought these to sort of teach. Like how I color is usually on the computer usually.
Right.
Like if I'm doing like painting, these marker points. So yeah, when I'm doing illustration, I'll usually just do the black outline with the marker and then scan it and bring it into the computer and then color it from there. For me, that's just a lot easier. So yeah, I'll go around black and then sort of also just create different patterns. So the common one in the woodland art style is using these lines to break it down into smaller shapes. So like that. And then you can also use a different color to sort of have some more pattern work in there. So I got look here, just
Oh, neat.
gonna add it in like that. Yeah, there's plenty of different like ways you can do pattern work. Okay, here's a card. So here's a card I did. It's basically, yeah, just like you see, it has that outline. The first color, and then it breaks it down into smaller shapes, and then there's the color inside of it. You could do these like little claw sort of things as well. A bunch of different designs, like a squiggly line in there as well.
So maybe, Josh, you can leave that up because the students know the color's up, just to give them some inspiration, because it's actually a little bit past time. And I want to remind the students how to send us their artwork. So boys and girls and students, if you want to be inspired by some of the color designs, you can look at Josh's website or his Instagram to see how he's done the color. I really loved this piece of art, and it was relaxing and inspiring and cool, as he said, and was a really great way to end a really busy week of Connected North at home. It was the best, Keely says. So I just want to share with you. I haven't shared. I can't do that, but I just want to thank Josh for showing us that art style. And I don't have permission to share my screen, but thank you so much, Josh. Students, if you would like to send us your work, if you could send it to us through connectednorth.org at home, and you can go to the very bottom of the page and put your name and your email and send it to us. We would love to see it, and just have a great weekend. We would just love to see what you've done, share what you've done, and thank you, Josh, so much for showing us your work and inspiring us with your art.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. The glitch.
We sure did.
Everything.